against his point. I'm not reacting to things that are just going to bring the maximum amount of profit. That's not what I care about. I've never been a money-driven person, and to be put in this document where I'm compared to a fucking sexual abuse criminal as well as just a money-hungry exploiter, he calls me an exploiter class, is outright disgusting. I'm watching these things and reacting to it because I think it's fun content that I can add to and have fun with and transform, so that way both the people who make the content would find it enjoyable, laugh with it, and have a good time, as well as the community that watched it with me. That is the drive for when I'm reacting to shit. He says that people only react to content that's doing well in the algorithm and that they were going to be successful on their own. Can you prove that to me, Dark Viper? Can you tell me that Ordinary Sausage before my reaction was going to be a 655,000 subscriber channel, closing in on 1 million? Dude's going to absolutely fucking crush it. Can you tell me that was 100% going to happen without me reacting to it? No. You can't. He wasn't in the algorithm at the time. There was just a fan who found him through, I think it was the Deep Into YouTube subreddit, if I remember.
Charlie leaves this open for larger channels, though. You know what I mean? Like, then, oh, well, what about larger channels that are already fucking successful? Like, it's because reaction is not just about, like, boosting fucking smaller channels, for the record. Okay? It's not just about blowing up smaller channels. Like, reacting to content also revolves around, like, you know, adding additional... like showing even already popular works of art to a larger audience that otherwise would not have seen it. Okay, that's what it is. That's where it comes from.
Correctly, and just thought it was fun content and shared it with me. It wasn't popping off in the algorithm, neither was slapping. In fact, Slap Fight Championship has a huge problem with demonetization, and it never even makes it to the algorithm in the first place. I found it because I was already deep into the slapping rabbit hole and found it through that, not because it was going well in the algorithm. It's just...
And DM Hernandez, you're absolutely correct. Why is low effort a good argument? Isn't it about viewers enjoying the content? Hell, it's a community thing for me. I had so much fun hating on Tali with 40k other people. That's exactly why I do it. People think that I do it because it's low effort and it's like, oh, it's easy clicks or it's easy buckets or whatever. No. If I had, first of all, for me, I think personally, playing video games is way easier for me on stream. And I would do that all day, every day. But the unfortunate reality is that this community that I've cultivated is not appreciative of that. Like, it's just not the case. People don't. And I try to make it as fun as possible. And there are certain games that actually pop and certain games that people enjoy watching me play. And then there are others that they don't. And I still fucking burn the stream into the fucking ground. Into the ground when I like a game and I get like super addicted to it and I just finish it, right? But ultimately, the reality is, like, I'm doing it because it's fun for the community. Like, I am an entertainer. I want to make it so that it is entertaining. And I actually fucking love... It's because you suck at video games and are brilliant at social commentary. That's bullshit. The top gamers on this platform are not brilliant at fucking gaming. They're just... They have an audience that likes games. Unfortunately, an audience that appreciates political commentary do not necessarily appreciate playing video games in the same capacity. Okay? I would not watch a single second of the half of the videos you react to, but I've had to watch some channels now because I'm interested after seeing your reacts. Yeah, speaking of which, we will be playing Sifu soon. Anyway, let's continue.
Dark Viper has a point that he can't possibly prove. There is no way he could accurately, with real evidence, show me that these channels were going to do extremely well without React content, or any channel for that matter is guaranteed exposure if they're making good content like he insinuates in his document. There's no way of proving that. However, I can show you examples, and this is only 2 of them, where React content wasn't dog shit and didn't hurt the channel that was being reacted to. Now, as I mentioned, I do fail sometimes where I just get too lost in the content where I didn't add anything to it, and I'm always embarrassed when that happens. I have a great example. There was a channel that I really enjoyed, and I watched their video on a dilapidated building that was for sale. It was a house, and it was one of the most confusing house tours of all time. It was this fucking labyrinth, a house of nightmares, and they had a great video going through all of it, and I watched it on stream. I'd already seen it before I watched it on stream as well, because I just wanted to show people and talk about it and like get really goofy with it and figure out what was going on with this house. But I ended up just getting too lost in the video because they presented it so well, and it was just such a great video. And the creator saw my reaction to it and was really disappointed. They didn't appreciate it, and I totally understood where they're coming from because I didn't really add anything to it. I didn't really react to it. So to them, it felt like I was just re-uploading their content on my...
Bro, that dude literally fucking... That dude only... Or they... fuck, I don't know. I don't want to fuck their their pronouns up. But that person straight up, like, that person straight up, I think just that's their content, I think. Oh my God. Is it just their content? Their content is just like yelling at fucking people that like stumbled across their one video on accident? Oh my God. Charlie still isn't saying their channel name? Fuck that. I'm not doing that either.
Stream. And I get that perspective, I really do, but that's never the goal. It's never supposed to be piggybacking off of someone else's hard work in order to do nothing for it and make money off it. I've never had that mentality and I never will. And I really fucking hate that this whole document paints me in that light. It's just so disingenuous. And Dark Viper, I know you watched my content for a long time. Like I said, I know your channel. I used to see you talk about my shit.
The fuck?
I remember
Tom Crabtree says, Hassan the Hun, love the reaction / content creator argument you're making right now. Please don't react to this tweet. Yeah, that's right. Too late, dude. I fucking did. How about that? Because I'm money hungry. Okay? I'm freaking money hungry, dude. That's right. Their original content is reacting to other movie essays. Such hypocrites. Yeah.
Rock that smegma grind said.
This is wild. This is like, I did not fucking know that. I did not actually know that Charlie had the same thing. Charlie had the same problem that I did.
you were critiquing my audio at one point because I used to have that low hum on my audio settings, and I remember you pointed it out in a video a long time ago. You used to watch my shit. Low hum, talk about my content, paints me in that light. It's just so disingenuous. And Dark Viper, I know you watched my content for a long time. Like I said, I know your channel. I used to see you talk about my shit. I remember you were critiquing my audio at one point because I used to have that low hum on my audio settings, and I remember you pointed it out in a video a long time ago. You used to watch my shit, and I have always reacted to content even since 2016. So you knew I was doing all of that, and you still enjoyed the content. Now all of a sudden you're coming in here and putting me on the same level as a fucking rapist, man. It's absolutely outrageous. There's still so many things I could point out in this document that are just
the exploiter class, like XQC, Hassan, Pokimane, Moist Critical, etc. will use this unpaid labor to avoid this expense and therefore draw the maximum viewers and revenue from actual creators. You can also see what the actual content creators hate reactors enough that there's a huge movement in 2016 to call them out. Unfortunately, the rise of live streaming has brought forth a brand new exploiter ready to fill their bellies with free labor. Creating actual content takes time, energy, and creativity. This is true. If you do it all yourself, you will quickly get tired, burn out, or run out of ideas. The exploiter class will use this unpaid labor to avoid this expense and therefore draw the maximum viewers and revenue from actual creators. This is so funny, dude. What the fuck? Yo, there's homies in here that were like, he's actually really smart. His ideas are really good. Oh, this dude literally wrote a manifesto that's like an LSF comment with the irony of itself being that even the LSFers hate him. Wait, what? Each of these creators earns on average $20 million a year on the backs of unpaid writers and content creators who do not even get asked whether they want to be unpaid interns in these enterprises of exploitation. Wait, $20 million, dude? What the fuck? Yo! Boys, we're fucking, oh my lord, dude. Yo, we're doing it. We're doing it. That's true. Yo, house 1, house 2 is coming, boys. We fucking made it, dude. He means 20 million in Australia. It's like $300,000 days in USD. Yeah. You're not a fucking intern, Lamau. You're uploading free content. Yeah, it's like it's a very strange argument because it's like that person didn't make the content for me. Like I wasn't like, yo, make this content for me, unpaid intern, so I can watch it on my stream. How do you feel about people who re-upload your own content for their profit? Dude, come on. You can't be you're joking, right? Like this is like a meme in this community. Not only do we fucking celebrate it, like there's a whole industrial complex. The Hasanabi Clips industrial complex is live and alive. Of course I don't mind it.
Word.
Does not have her friends to get together.
Wrong, such as this claim at the bottom. They will of course then upload this stolen content to their YouTube channels as well as further maximize profits that would otherwise again go to actual content creators. Hey, can I get a source on that? Can I get a prove that, buddy, please?
Dude, that's the funniest part is like this dude literally thinks that, I mean, he's so horny about like hating. He is such a fucking massive raging hard-on hate boner. How do you feel about people telling others that you're their cousin, asking for a friend? It's okay. Tomorrow you could do that if you want. Or your friend can do that if he wants. It's he is so fucking bricked up. He is so hard as diamonds. Okay, straight up. His hay boner is so massive that it definitely just cut off circulation to his brain. Like no blood is pumping into this man's brain. That only then could he have come up with such an idiotic fucking argument that like 30,000 people, when I watch a video, guaranteed would have watched that video on their own. Okay, guaranteed. There's people in Charlie's comments that are still somehow complaining and debating about you. Yeah, I mean, look, Charlie does, you know, he does put his ear to the ground in a lot of this sort of stuff, and he does sometimes take like a more centrist position. But I think this is one instance where he won't do that, and I do hope that I don't know. I hope that he doesn't do that with this and like doesn't fucking throw me under the bus. You know what I'm saying?
The brain rot has set in permanently. I wish Hassan was gay because my man is a snack.
Each of these creators earns on average $20 million a year on the back of unpaid writers and content creators. Hey, can I get a source on that one as well? Where the fuck is my 20 mil a year?
I'm gonna pee, I'll be back.
What an outrageous number to pull right from your fucking dick hole there. 20 million a year. Is that really what you think I make on YouTube, Dark Viper? Holy shit. Your CPM must be crazy to think that I would make 20 mil in a year. Bro, half of my content has a giant fucking dildo in it that's 3 feet long. You really think I'm somehow making 20 million a year? I can't speak for Hasan, Pokimane, or XQC or anyone there, but I can tell you that this, just making this claim on average 20 mil a year is just so blatantly fucking wrong, it's laughable. And again, can I please get a source on the maximized profits that would otherwise, again, go to actual content creators? Can you prove that? Fuck, man, that'd be glorious. That average of 20 mil a year somehow going to the smaller content creators that would be unassociated with the React content, all of a sudden, somehow that 20 mil is making it to them? Fuck, I'd love to see the osmosis process there somehow. So you're telling me if that React content is gone, all that 20 mil is now in a limbo just waiting for these small content creators all of a sudden, even if there's no crossover with the React content? That's incredible. Would love to just see the data here that you undoubtedly have to back up these claims. And especially on the 20 mil a year, because if that's true, man, I'm getting fucking ripped off. I'm not even close. I'm gonna need to talk to somebody at YouTube because you've probably got the numbers right and YouTube's wrong, man. Another thing I'd like to point out is every time this whole React content debate comes up, the people that take the most offense to it and make the biggest stink about it are the people that aren't having a problem with people reacting to their content. I don't think there's this huge epidemic of people...
Yeah, that's the best part. Exactly. That's the best fucking part. It's just like, hey, would you mind if I watched your video on stream? No, actually, that'd be pretty poggers. That'd be pretty sick. Oh, okay. So what? You're just like upset for other people then that you imagined in your mind? Okay, got it.
in a black tank top and trying to steal Dark Viper AU's content by reacting to it minimally on stream or something. He's not really battling a bunch of reactors, at least not that I know of, maybe I'm wrong. But the people that do have their content reacted to, like the smaller channels and even some of the bigger channels, usually have a really positive response to it. They'll reach out and say thank you, or like, hey, glad you enjoyed the video, would love to talk about it maybe a little bit more. A lot of the friends I've made online have actually just come from me appreciating their content.
This is 100% also true. There are so many fucking essays that I had no idea were like Hasanabi heads. After watching their videos, I saw that they were, you know, wait, did he actually fucking... Man, you took money from a small company named Fox. Wait. Did he throw me under the bus? Are you serious? Shut the fuck up. He did not do that. You fucking pieces of shit. Fuck you. Samson, Nick is not green, among others. He name dropped you. What did he say? What did he say? I was peeing. God damn it. It's one of those fucking pee break ones.
And reacting to it and talking about their content afterwards as a result of it. Like, it's always a weird dichotomy.
Yeah,
where
the darkest TikToks dude was super appreciative. He was literally in here while we were watching. Like, it's just crazy. Like, so many people fucking say this. And it's like the actual content creators themselves, like, they love it. They appreciate it. Even when they're fucking, you know, blowing the fuck up. Like, the dark side of TikTok iceberg guy, right? Like his videos already had accrued like millions and millions of views, but he appreciated it. Like, he still was like very excited. He said, "You probably don't make 20 million a year."
L.
Yeah, I do not. He's absolutely correct on that.
The people that are the maddest are the ones that aren't even directly involved in the problem that they're talking about. Of course, that doesn't go for every channel, and that's totally fine, but in my experience and the experience of a lot of friends that I know that have also reacted to content, the majority of it's always been a really positive relationship between the creator that was reacted to and the person that was reacting to it. Because for me, what happens is it shows I like this person's content, I like what they're doing, and then now they know, hey, we have something in common, maybe we could be friends, maybe we could talk more, and it usually just leads to collaborations and getting to know each other, all through just being appreciative of their content and being so happy about it to share it with others. Not everyone is in YouTube or online content creation for the maximum amount of money. Maybe it's different with Dark Viper, and that's why he's always so fixated on the money aspect of things. But for some content creators, even the small ones, they just like to see people enjoying their content from time to time. And to be exposed to a bigger audience like a fucking XQC watching your fan animation, they get excited. Even if it's like, hey, that's 70,000 people watching your content on XQC stream instead of yours. Well, those 70,000 people may never have found that small channel in the first place, and now maybe some of them do go over there, and he mentions that as like trickle-down reactonomics or some shit like that. But for a lot of people, that isn't a net positive thing, where there could have been no one that ever found it in the first place. I don't think it's a really strong argument or anything, but it is still something worth noting. It's a real thing that does happen, as opposed to Dark Viper's claims of average of 20 million a year with these money-hungry sexual abusers. Like,
Dude, yeah. Dude, shouts out to all the fucking YouTubers I watch, you know. You would also be making $20 million a year. You'd probably be making like 40 to 60 million, like, because I'm making 20, XQC's making 20, Pokimane is making 20, and then Moist is making 20, right? So we already got it, right? We got 4 people. So that's $80 million that you would be making on your individual video if it weren't for us all individually making 20 by watching your video. So that's pretty cool. Sorry about that, guys. My bad. You know, Dark Viper's got your back. Okay.
At least with some of these things that, yeah, maybe I don't agree with all of them, and they're pretty weak points, like the, you know, exposure dollar thing helping every channel. I don't always agree with that, but you can prove on a case-by-case basis it does. Whereas in Viper's case, he doesn't present any real evidence for these claims. At least not that I saw in this document. Maybe he has some in the back.
They could be watching something originally if they weren't. Reactors' argument is just as bad as the paid and exposure argument. I hope you recognize that there's a difference between like paid and exposure with respect to like something. The theft of labor argument makes no sense because it's arbitrary and doesn't extend to anyone. Like the paid and exposure argument is really fucking, it's really dumb when it's like graphics design, okay?
15
when
months
it's
hassle
something
with
that you have
champions.
directed someone to create. Okay? That is the difference there. When the entire purpose of your fucking content, once you've put it out there, is to get it in front of as many people as possible, then yes, exposure is the point. Exposure is the purpose. Do you get it?
%66 brain rot.
Also, exposure can be worth something. Lamau, it's not always worthless, even with art. No, but like, no, he's saying it's just as bad. They could be watching something original if there weren't reactors. Argument is just as bad as the paid and exposure argument. Oh, you mean like the paid and exposure argument that he's making? Yes, I mean that in their extremes, they're both dumb as fuck. I think there's value in people with an audience watching shit, but it's also not like you're commissioning them to make a video you watch. Exactly. Like, there are always going to be, out of the 26,000 people that are watching, right? There's going to be, of course, the by and large majority of those people either A, already know the content creator, okay, and are watching their videos regardless. And some of those people are not going to rewatch the video on their own, okay? So you've lost some videos, you've lost some views there. But the other side of it greatly outweighs the marginal amount of people that already were aware of the content creator and had already watched the video with the content creator of that specific video of the content creator are marginal in comparison to the large majority of people that had not seen this content creator, some of which will actually become fans of the content creator. That's it. And that's the reason why 99% of creators, 99% of creators actually like it. If a Hasan Clips channel posts a segment, 30 key people watch it on YouTube and one person becomes a community member, watch your stream every day, isn't that a net positive? Same point, vice versa. Yeah, that's precisely why I don't fucking mind it. I don't mind when the Hasanabi Clips industrial complex makes money. The alternative is, yes, that destroys the algo for my own personal content on my own personal YouTube, right? Because on my personal YouTube page, obviously, like, that is another revenue driver. If we are to think about it like it's a fucking business, I have a YouTube channel, right? And there's a lot of fucking clip it and ship it Andes in the Hasanabi Clips industrial complex that will take, like, for example, this Jubilee segment and immediately post it on their page, and it will garner sometimes even more views than the original content on my fucking page. It's a little frustrating when they do that, okay? It's a little frustrating when they do that. I hope you're not advocating for spec work, art, and design. No, dumbass. I literally said the exact opposite of that. You don't understand. The difference is commission. The difference is, like, me urging you to make something and then not paying you is entirely different than, like, me fucking watching a video that you already put out there. Anyway, you got to agree that React content is so low effort. It's not like, I don't know what you mean by that, because playing video games is way fucking lower effort than React content, okay? That's the unfortunate reality that most people are refusing to fucking come across. Is, like, Twitch streaming is lower effort than YouTube. Of course. Playing video games, on the other hand, is way, way lower effort than fucking... I would much rather play video games for fucking 8 hours than, like, deliver takes to you while watching a fucking YouTube video. I've done both. I don't know why you think like I wouldn't be more knowledgeable on this issue than you. And other streamers that do both regularly also agree with me. Asmongold is a great example of this. Asmongold is the #1 fucking reactor and the gamer. He says the exact same shit. Games are fun as fuck to play. People think I don't play video games because I hate them or something. No, I don't play video games because it's not entertaining to my audience. Okay?
Burner, but nothing he proves shows that the reaction, like the reactors and their content, are taking eyeballs away from other content creators online that have nothing to do with that space. Like, there's nothing that shows me that he is correct, that if these reactors were gone, small channels would be flourishing right now. Him saying with a straight face that if you make good content, you will naturally get exposure is just silly. That's so naive. It's just not the reality of it. You can make the best content in the world and it could go nowhere if the algorithm doesn't pick it up, or if you just don't get lucky, you're in at the bad time. Like, there's so many factors. You are not guaranteed exposure just for making good content, and that's what Dark Viper seems to want you to believe in his document. Again, there was nothing in there that showed me that those eyeballs that are occupying React content would then switch to non-React content if it was gone. Yes, there is a finite amount of impressions that can go around. Nothing is infinite. And yes, some of those are on the React content, but if it wasn't there, that's not saying that they are all of a sudden going to the other content elsewhere. There is nothing that he has presented in this document that shows that. But on the other side of this coin, you can show that there are the cases where React content help channels blow up, maintain an audience. You know, even with his trickle-down Reactonomics that he seems to hate so much, you can at least prove that that exists. Because some of the channels that XQC has reacted to, those channels have maintained like an audience from XQC. It's not, of course, the full 70,000, maybe only a fraction of that, but it's still more than they had pre that reaction. So it's given them some kind of extra steam, even if it's not great, that they might not have had otherwise. Maybe they would have. Again, you can't prove that, Dark Viper, and no one can, but it is inarguable that they did get a little extra audience that has now stuck around. They now have a juicer fan base that is stuck around because they enjoyed what they saw when they watched it with XQC.
Say Hasan, coward. It's the same for me too. Say my name, motherfucker. Why just the juicer? Actually, it's probably better to just use the juicer as an example because everybody loves the juicer. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's a little different. You know, it's probably a better person to make.
Some of those channels
I am like Voldemort.
Have more of an audience now. You can prove it. So yeah, this document was really upsetting to read, especially as someone that does know Dark Viper's content. And again, he bases every single one of his claims off no real evidence, just his understanding of the market and capitalism, but it doesn't apply to YouTube. If his graph is right, let's just assume he got everything right. React content has 30% of the eyes while everything else is getting scraps. If that 30% is gone, there is no guarantee that that 30% that is now gone from the React channels goes to the other creators, because they could just go somewhere else or turn off the computer and go do something else. It's not exactly like the market when it comes to just watching fucking videos. They might be there for Pokimane reacts, and when Pokimane stops reacting, they don't go watch anything else. They just go do something else off of YouTube. It just doesn't apply. But maybe Dark Viper has this incredible data that just throws everything for a loop that just wasn't in this document, and I would love to see it. But regardless of whatever data he has, this is a truly disgusting thing to do at the end of it, where he claims that reactors are on the same level as a sexual abuse criminal who would spike someone's drink and whatever other disgusting shit he said, and all reactors are bad people. Fucking silly. That's about it. See ya.
Did you react to Noah's vid? No. I did not, because I don't want to watch debate lords, and I don't want to watch videos about debate lords, even if Noah and I agree most likely on the debate lord stuff. Anyway. Would you collab with Charlie? I have collab. I can't tell you if you guys are joking or something. Is this something you worry about on a daily basis? How do people live in LA? Aren't you worried about running into James Corden? Dude, we don't talk about that. I mean, here's a great example. Serious question. You think that YouTuber would bitch about you getting up cooking during a Shabibo Crowder video? I don't know. And it's fucked up. Okay. Here. I should have never fucking had that video on during the cooking segment. Like, okay. What did you say? This is your legacy? Yeah, I mean, it is. It will always be my fucking legacy.
Yay, 2 months in and many more to come.
But the reality is I wouldn't leave a Crowder video on. Here's the thing. I would not leave a fucking Crowder video on to go cook because like the content on the Crowder video itself, I don't want those fucking ideas to be promoted or presented without like, you know, pushback.
Legacy.
Should so they could squash the Kaya Hasan beef. Who the fuck is Kaya?
Happy to sub.
At most, 30K views on a YouTube video would make like $60. Using advertising dollars, you could have had to pay a fuck ton more money to get your video in front of 30K pairs of eyes, much less the chance to build actual fans because someone you like the streamer showing the content that they like. Yeah. When's the new camera showing up? New car, new studio, old camera? I don't have the old camera. What the fuck are you talking about? Are you serious? The German Turk who called you a pedo? Oh, Jesus. Ew. Yeah, the fucking weirdo, dude. Yeah, fuck that guy.
There you go. $15 baby
I
year.
used to watch Dark Wiper, but he came out with someone who thinks he's above everyone else, like moral grandstanding, and his followers think he can't do no wrong. And after he does, they say, look, he apologized, the best apology of any YouTuber ever. I've never seen his content. I will never watch his content. Hope he gets help, though. I mean, it does seem like... I think he's just looking for attention.